It was a cold, windy night. The stars shined in the sky, but it also looked like a hailstorm was on its way. Weather can be unpredictable at times, and it was a very unpredictable night. Alex was walking down the street. She left her office late because she had work to do, and now she was heading home. The streets were empty due to the cold. Alex was alone and walking slowly. She wasn't in a hurry to reach home because there was no one waiting for her. She wanted to stay out as much as she could because her empty apartment was a lonely place to be. The wind started blowing harder, and it was difficult to see ahead. Suddenly, a car came rushing out of nowhere. The car was going faster than the speed limit, and it seemed as if the driver was drunk because the car was moving left and right again and again. Alex kept to the side of the road, and the car kept on driving fast. The driver was out of control, and the car hit Alex, and she fell to the ground. The driver did not stop and quickly drove away. Alex was hit badly. Her right leg and arm started bleeding, and she couldn't move. She dragged herself to a nearby bus stop to sit in the waiting area. Once she reached the waiting area, she couldn't pull her body up, so she rested her back on the legs of the chair while sitting on the floor. Alex was in so much pain that she didn't know what to do. She reached into her pocket to take out her phone. She quickly unlocked it and dialed 911. However, before the call could be made, her phone's battery died. At this moment, she was all alone in the middle of nowhere and had no idea what to do. All she wanted was to get relief from the pain, but her leg was so badly injured, and she was bleeding. The amount of blood on the floor was so much that a fish could swim in it. The gray concrete floor turned into a maroonish red bloodbath. Alex thought that there was no way she would make it home tonight, and death is calling her now. Just when she had lost all hope, a dark figure came out of the trees nearby. Alex shouted for help, and the figure came closer to her. It was a man wearing a black suit, as if he was also going home late from the office. The figure came and sat on one of the benches of the waiting area. He crossed his legs. Alex was so deep in pain that her voice had almost gone. She had reached the point where she just wanted freedom from the pain. The man looked at Alex's condition and might have felt like it was no use to take her to a hospital, so he decided to sit there to make her company. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a pack of cigarettes. He opened the pack and asked if Alex wanted one. Alex nodded to say yes. The man took out 2 cigarettes and lighted both of them. He gave one to Alex and kept one for himself. Alex and the man started smoking the cigarettes. They didn't say a word and kept on smoking until it was all burned out. The man placed one of his hands on Alex's shoulder and comforted her. Alex felt the comfort of his hand and closed her eyes. The burnt cigarette fell out of her hand. The next day, a dead body was found at the bus waiting area. The body was reported to the police, and it was identified as Alex's body by her coworkers. No one really knew what had happened the night before. The only evidence found at the scene were 2 smoked cigarettes, which were secured in the evidence bag. Hello, I am Dr. Cat. I am working on an ongoing investigation on SCP-4999. I want to warn all viewers to never be alone and keep company. Do share this video with your friends to spread the message. Like this video and subscribe to the channel, as I will be sharing my progress on this case and more. Back to Alex's case. The bus stop's camera footage was handed over to SCP Foundation along with the burnt cigarette evidence. It turned out that the man Alex met at the bus stop was in fact SCP-4999. Before we dive into the details of SCP-4999, I would like to share the second incident of the same night where SCP-4999 showed up. The time difference between the 2 incidents is just 20 minutes, but the distance between them is about 1,000 miles. The second case also involves SCP-4999, and it is confusing how it traveled 1,000 miles within 20 minutes. SCP Foundation is still looking into gathering more information. The second incident was reported at a hospital. A 78-year-old was sleeping at night. He was at the last stage of cancer and was diagnosed with having hallucinations and delusions. The man woke up and couldn't breathe. As he was unable to breathe, he couldn't call anyone. That's when SCP-4999 entered, wearing a black suit. The old man calmed down as he thought a doctor had arrived to help. Instead of helping the old man, SCP-4999 dragged a chair and sat adjacent to the bed of the old man. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a pack of cigarettes in a similar manner. He offered a cigarette to the old man, but he refused because he was unable to breathe already. The old man's breathing started to labor even more. SCP-4999 placed one of his hands on the old man's arm and kept on smoking the cigarette with the other. SCP-4999 stayed there until the old man took his last breath and then left. This incident was also recorded on a CCTV camera and was handed to the SCP Foundation the next morning. Beware, viewers. The SCP-4999 is a humanoid entity of unknown origin and composition. Usually he appears in formal clothes wearing a suit. He appears only if the person is alone, and then the person dies shortly after SCP-4999's arrival. SCP-4999 has never been in the presence of more than one person, so all the manifestations captured are through security camera feeds and photographs. Particularly, all incidents reported to SCP Foundation for SCP-4999's presence have one thing in common. SCP-4999 only appears when a person is in poor health, critically injured, or is on their deathbed. He appears just 20 minutes before the expiration of the individual. It only appears if the subject is awake, and does not appear if he is sleeping, unconscious, or is being cared for by anyone else. When SCP-4999 appears in front of the subject, he seats himself adjacent to him. If seating is unavailable, he sits on the floor or keeps on standing. Then he pulls out a pack of cigarettes from his jacket and offers it to the individual in front of him. If the subject accepts, he lights 2 cigarettes, one for the subject and the other for himself. If the subject refuses, then he lights only 1 cigarette for himself and smokes it. SCP-4999 doesn't really speak with the subject, but instead he offers them physical comfort by holding their hand, placing its hand atop theirs, or resting its hand on their shoulder. Then he remains in the same position until the subject has passed away. As soon as the person dies, SCP-4999 disappears into thin air. The only evidence left behind by SCP-4999 is a smoked cigarette. No subject has ever stayed alive after interacting with SCP-4999 and has never had a conversation with him prior to their death. Mostly subjects just thank SCP-4999 for offering a cigarette, and at times they have tears in their eyes to see someone caring for them. Our investigation at SCP Foundation has found out that SCP-4999 appears in front of a subject if the individual has one or more of the qualities I will share now. It appears if a subject lives alone, is non-religious, is impoverished or homeless, displays a history of mental illness, is a military veteran, has no criminal record, has never been convicted of a violent crime, has no current surviving family, is unmarried or otherwise lacks a significant other, has little to no social standing in their community, does not exhibit any record of significant professional or personal accomplishments, and has few to no mutually beneficial interpersonal relationships. SCP-4999 was officially registered with SCP Foundation on November 27, 1998. It was discovered by going over hospital security camera footage from around the world, which were circulating on the internet and on television. Until today, only one proper image of SCP-4999 has been captured. A photographer captured it a few minutes before his own death. In recent times, we have been able to collect more information on SCP-4999 with modern technology. SCP-4999 isn't a new entity, as photographs, writings, and paintings from centuries ago have also depicted its presence. In writings, we have found SCP-4999 throughout history, culture, and mythology. In today's time, we mostly capture SCP-4999 through video cameras and photographs. However, we are not sure how the pre-modern cultures have been capable of detecting its presence. SCP Foundation is still looking for more traces of SCP-4999 all around the world. We are looking to find out how SCP-4999 travels across the world and how he is able to travel such long distances within minutes and seconds. I will keep you updated on SCP Foundation's latest discoveries, so make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will be back again with the latest updates soon. Stay tuned.